Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo, my reaction to the press conference and the face-off. Knuckleheads, this is a really big fight, and I'll go on record and say this is the biggest fight that's going to happen for the rest of the year in the world of boxing, probably in the world of combat sports, right? You've got Canelo Alvarez, who's still the face of boxing, all right? I don't care what anyone says. The guy's still the face of boxing. Taking on a guy in Jermell Charlo that even though he's coming up 2 weight classes and should be a significant underdog, is a guy who, in my opinion, has a very, very good chance of beating Canelo Alvarez. And one of my big takeaways from this press conference, and especially the face-off, was the fact that Jermell Charlo is so much bigger than Canelo Alvarez. I mean, I understand he's coming up 2 weight classes, right? But he's just so much bigger. Now, will that translate in the ring? I think Canelo Alvarez has probably fought guys that hit harder, considering he's fought all the way up to 175 pounds. But, it's a huge factor, right? You got this guy who's coming from 2 weight classes below, so he's got that speed. And he's also got that size. He's got that power. He's got that length. And so I really believe that this is a very high-stakes fight, a very winnable fight for Jermell Charlo. And I'm also very pleasantly surprised that we're getting this fight subsequent to, just having been treated to Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, which was another fantastic fight. And I want to say, right, that we're being spoiled by boxing by getting this fight. But, I think it's just boxing doing what it's supposed to do, what it should have been doing. I don't want to call it being spoiled. I feel a little bit entitled being a fan of combat sports, because in other combat sports you get the fights you want. And boxing, we weren't getting that, but it looks like things are changing. And so this fight, the face-off, was very crucial, I thought, in, seeing how big Charlo is compared to Canelo Alvarez. I also felt like there was a lot of respect between the two. They were definitely showing each other a lot of respect. They were definitely showing how excited they were for the fight. And it didn't necessitate trash talk or drama or a lot of the BS that we're seeing in a lot of these other press conferences. Because let's face it, this is such a good fight. This fight sells itself, right? I mean, and look, I would imagine Canelo Alvarez, being as that he's the natural super middleweight and Charlo's going up to fight him, is going to be the favorite. And besides that, obviously, he's a fantastic fighter. But man, something really about this fight, is making me excited about this fight. And it's the fact that Charlo can really fight. And he's a big guy, and he's got a real chance, And I love seeing these fights at boxing, these fights where 2 guys who are marquee guys who typically, who are typically fed opponents, right? Who typically deal with, boxing fodder. It's exciting to see these guys take on someone that could beat them. It's exciting to see guys, rise to the occasion and fight a person that can really push them. And that's when you see the brilliance of a fighter come out. That's always kind of been my modus operandi, if you will, with FightersRep and putting my own fights together. I'm always looking to match the guys evenly because I do believe it brings the best out of the fighters. It develops them the most, and so on and so forth. So, that's kind of what I took away from this press conference, right? And from the face-off. Those are the key things I took away from this. There's a lot of respect between these guys. This fight's going to sell itself. This fight's huge. You got the Canelo fans. You got the Charlo fans. You got the American fan base. You got the Mexican fan base. And the size, man. The size. And it's very odd because Canelo Alvarez is 2 weight divisions up. Now, we've seen him knock out big 175-pounders. So, again, I don't think the power will bother him so much, but when you combine, Charlo's skills with the power, with the height advantage, with the reach advantage, this becomes a very winnable fight for Jermell Charlo. Knuckleheads, tell me what you think in the comment section below. What did you take away from this press conference and the face-off? Once you finish doing that, be sure to smash the subscribe button below That'll be very helpful to the channel. Also, be sure to like and share with your friends and join the channel. It's just $9.99 a month, and you help me continue to build this channel and Fighters Rep Promotions. Also, don't forget to get your tickets to Fighters Rep 19 at the Commerce Casino in Los Angeles on September 9th. If you can't make it, joining the channel will allow you to watch the event live. Finally, don't forget to get your Fighters Rep merch below. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this, man. It's amazing to me that this fight has been put together, and I really look forward to seeing this fight.